All right, y'all. So since it is we are talking about the topic of the hour, but hi, nice to meet you. Do you need an editor? At the moment, no. But later on, maybe in 2025, once it is the year comes about, then maybe so. You know, I do tend to edit my own stuff. But without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's jump into the situation. The Drake situation got much worse. And now it is, as of yesterday, Drake was filing a lawsuit against Universal Music Group and Spotify, saying it is that there was bots, payola, and all different types of stuff in order to boost the song Not Like Us. Now we're getting a double back today of saying it is that Not Like Us shouldn't have never been on the airways anyway, because it says it is, oh, I'm a certified PDF. So without further ado, let's get into this video.
So Drake's latest antics might be his most bold, but also his most insecure move of the...
This is exactly what it is that he's looking like right now. This is exactly what he's looking like right now. You know?
The entire year. It has been months since I last updated you guys on Drake, and back in the summer he was trying to make it seem like he was unbothered at every turn, going bowling under the name 69 God, trying to show the world he wasn't a deadbeat father, and of course striking the duck lips pose time and time again.
But I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna come to a point in life where people you thought were friends, or people you thought were close to you, they might switch up, they might try to move funny with you, they might stab you in the back, they might do a lot of things to you. Sometimes it's you alone with your thoughts, sometimes you know what, it's all right.
But now it looks like he might be quite possibly the most bothered man on the entire planet. For those of you that hadn't heard, Drake is now handing out lawsuits in regards to the Not Like Us diss record released against him by Kendrick Lamar earlier this year. And he's not even suing.
Come in to see this BSN or BAN.
Because he was being called a PDF. He's suing because he claims that the record label UMG artificially inflated the number of streams on this record using modern day payola and streaming bots. Frozen Moments LLC, which is exclusively owned by Drake, is now asking for a civil RICO to be levied against streaming service Spotify and recording label UMG Recordings. Drake says they conspired to knock him off the top of the mountain due to disagreements about their partnership that he and UMG have maintained for years, and that they used Kendrick and his song Not Like Us as a vehicle to essentially do just that. In the lawsuit, Drake's team points out that Spotify is the biggest music streaming platform on earth, and they immediately paint the ties between them and UMG, noting their ongoing licensing agreements that they've had in place since 2020, and also that Spotify brought UMG at least 19% of their overall revenue in 2023. Basically, he's saying that these two have a close and very important partnership. In 2024, UMG did not rely on chance or even ordinary business practices to break through the noise on Spotify and likely other music platforms. It instead launched a campaign to manipulate and saturate the streaming services and airwaves with a song Not Like Us in order to make that song go viral, including by using bots and pay-to-play agreements. On information and belief, UMG charged Spotify licensing rates 30% lower than its usual licensing rates for Not Like Us.
And now he's beefing with Steve Lacy? Yeah, I heard that too. I don't know the full understanding to why there's a beef between him and Steve Lacy, but I've always liked his music. I've always liked Steve Lacy's music. So I may have to look that up and to see what happened between the two. Let's call for what it is. Let's call to the people it is that he's beef with before Drake. He's beef with Chris Brown, even though it is that they've made up. Meek Mill, Pusha T, The Weeknd, Steve Lacy. Yeah, a falling out with Nicki Minaj at one point. Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, the list is going on and on and on at this point. And I get the level of people... yes, people do tend to switch up on you when it is in industries and stuff like that. I get that point. But when you're actively parading around the Metro Future, yep. Here's the problem. It is that because of the fact that he's mixed, I have to say this because it is partially true. What's up, Reaper? It is true to an extent. To within this, and when people are and for my people that are mixed race and y'all mixed with black, I'm saying it is you black. That's just me. That's just me personally. You're black. You know that you're black. If you mix with black, you're black. It just calls for what it is. What's up, Memorize? With Drake, I feel as though the people who are mixed and they grew up in predominantly white households or neighborhoods tend to feel like it is that they don't fit in white society, and then they feel like it is that they're not black enough within black society because like, oh yeah, you light skinned, this and this. And I'm not gonna lie, that does happen within black communities quite a bit. We do tend to be like, oh, get your light skinned ass up out of here, oh light bright ass nigga. Like we'll like that does get said, and I hate to say that, but it does. So now it gets to the point, yeah, right. There's a level of just like you're not accepted by whites because it is that you are not fully white, but you also are not black enough. And when you get into the point to where it is like you're not accepted from either or side, this is where it is that whatever side it is that they choose, they tend to overextend what they feel like it is that they have to do to be accepted. I feel in a lot of ways in Drake's case that this whole level of growing up as just like, oh yeah, like I'm this type of hood nigga, this and this. Like, if you don't cut this bullshit out, Jimmy from fucking Degrassi, if you don't cut this shit the fuck out, bro, like, and you had a great acting career as a like, you know, as growing up as a teen. Like, if you have not watched Degrassi, this shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell you. Degrassi was really it, but come on, bro. I feel like that's what it is that he's been doing within his rap career. Is just trying to make it seem like it is that he's more hood than like hood niggas at this point. Like, oh yeah, like I'm really about this and this. You can't sit there and claim it is that like you this type of with macho energy, and then you getting ready to go get your litigation bob wig and your Daisy Dukes with a suit on, going to the courthouse to be just like, oh, they talked illy about me. They said it is. They called me names. You can't do that, especially when it is you was talking shit about the other person. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You can't sit there and pretend. You know what I'm saying? That you about that life, and then when shit happens, then you want to sit there and be like, oh, why does everybody hate me? But I guess this must be a Young Money problem. Let's proceed forward.
In exchange for Spotify affirmatively recommending the song to users who are searching for other unrelated songs and artists. Neither UMG nor Spotify disclosed that Spotify had received compensation of any kind in exchange for recommending the song.
He's from a white neighborhood too. He is from a white neighborhood. If you don't stop playing around, bro, like you are like, listen, you grew up as a good boy. Like, I'll show the video of what I seen earlier. That shit had me fucking crying. That shit had me fucking crying. Okay, before it is like, you know what I'm saying? Seeing where it is that this belt came from. Because listen, with Twitter, sometimes I gotta make disclaimers within this. Because you're like, what the fuck is that, Ari? It's like, hey, it's nothing crazy. Remember the Hotline Bling era? Yeah, I do remember. I need to find the video of where I got that shit from. But it was a guy that was just like, hey, listen, like you grew up as a good boy. Like you are a bitch. He said some shit like that. I'm like, wow, that's funny.
Claiming that UMG approached Spotify with this offer to make more money off of a hit record than they normally would, or at least to keep a larger percentage of the pie.
Do you mind if I take a little sliver?
Go.
Sure.
A little?
Beauty.
You want to play?
And in
Oh.
return, all they had to do was use their platform strategically to run the numbers up by boosting the algorithm for the song in an inorganic way. Drake also claims that UMG directly or through Interscope also conspired with and paid currently unknown parties to use quote-unquote bots to artificially inflate and spread Not Like Us and deceive consumers into believing the song was more popular than it was in reality. One individual unknown to Petitioner revealed publicly on a popular podcast that Mr. Kendrick Lamar Duckworth's label, i.e. Interscope, paid him via third parties to use bots to achieve 30 million streams on Spotify in the first days of the release of Not Like Us, with
I'm also saying this as well. Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us has re-entered into the top 20 US on Apple Music. You know what's the problem with it is? They said, hey, listen, this nigga Drake suing. Hey, listen, let's run this shit up one more time. Just one more time, damn it.
the goal of jumpstarting the song's spread and turning it into a crazy hit on the platform. The whistleblower further revealed that on May 6, 2024, an individual affiliated with Interscope sent him a payment of $2,500 via the digital payments platform Zelle, which is owned by a number of banks, and that he was promised another $2,500 and a percentage of the song's total sales for this initial push. And the popular podcast that they're talking about is actually DJ Academic's live show that he does. I talked about this apparent whistleblower in one of my last videos about Drake, and the guy didn't really seem to have a lot of merit to his claims.
So somebody reaches out to you for 30 million streams. What'd you tell them? How much money?
So I was promised payments after, but up front I was promised 5K. They sent me 2.5K, and then I was also promised after the song performed, I was also going to receive, you know, a little percentage of the song, so points on the song. They also, the reason they did it is because they also needed that song to win.
It's just hilarious to me that even in the lawsuit itself, they won't mention DJ Academics by name. You know, Drake is fine using DJ Academics to push all this various propaganda on Twitter and YouTube and during his live streams. But then when it comes to giving out an interview or showing love, he's never doing it for academics. He's always doing it for people like Aiden Ross. Recently, he went on XQC. And it's just funny that Academics is his most loyal lapdog, but he literally gets treated like a redheaded stepchild.
You know, and I find that very fucking hilarious, you know? Because at the end of the day, you sitting there and you're just finding new ways to just go ahead and just gobble this man's nuts. And he still doesn't show you any recognition. You're, at this rate, you might, DJ Academics, you might as well be a side bitch. I ain't even gonna cap to you. You might as well be a side bitch at this point. You doing everything else it is that a main chick doesn't do. You do all the dirty work, and the niggas still don't claim you. Niggas still doesn't claim you. Like, damn, hop off this man's nuts, bro. Please. This man will talk about, like, oh, yeah, you know, Drake coming out with some new stuff. Hey, you just wait and see, y'all. Y'all say this now, da-da-da-da-da. Like, Drake is the best person to do it. Like, come on, bro. At this point in time, it is. I'm sure your jaw hurt from all this dick sucking you doing. Like, come on. Let's like, please. Like, you the side chick. You've been the most loyal side chick. Damn, you've been the most loyal side chick to a nigga it is that's married to the game or the music industry, just hoping and praying it is you're gonna be promoted to the main bitch. Gang, you're not that guy. You're just simply not that guy. You're not that guy. It's about the time to get up off the floor, get up off your knees, and find something else to do with your time. Find someone else to talk about. You're like, listen, all this journalistic stuff it is that you do on social media as it is anyway, that could be put into something else to where it is you could be a main person, it'd be running the shit and whatnot. Come on, at this point, you leave Drake alone. He clearly don't want you.
He's treating you like how when a thought's in a DM.
Stop.
Yo, I ain't trying to link her tonight. Keeping the book.
That don't make him a fuck nigga, bro. Like that.
Act that does though. Act that does.
Run that back. Run that back.
He literally gets treated like a redheaded stepchild.
He's treating you like how when a thought's in a DM.
Stop.
Yo, I ain't trying to link her tonight. Keeping the book.
That don't make him a fuck nigga, bro. Like that.
Act that does though. Act that does, cause when he needs you, he'll send you DMs, he'll play old buddy with you, but he really don't fuck with you. How you showing him mad love, he don't show you no love? You think Drake shows you love?
Jimmy, what's up, Jimmy?
Yeah, Drake showed me a lot of love.
How?
Oh, this is disgusting. Oh, this is so disgusting. That nigga voice cracked and everything. It's like, oh, he showed me love. No, he don't, nigga.
What's he doing? Show you love.
I got exclusive info. I'm
Heck, that's not love.
Yeah, that's not
You-
love.
What do you do with that exclusive info? You say it to the world, you gas it up 10 times more. He's using you as a free a billboard, free promo. Heck, you're the biggest media platform, man.
I thought of this. He was about to be like, "Act, you're the biggest meat writer." I was about to lose it. I was about to lose it, chat. I'm so sorry. I was wholeheartedly with my chest. I was gearing up to just start laughing because I thought he was gonna say.
What that got to do with Drake?
I mean, the fact that this is mentioned in the footnotes of the filing is just hilarious. Even academics had to admit at some point that this botting narrative on Spotify was nonsense, and he verified with someone at Spotify who he trusted that the streams were all legit.
I'll be honest with you. I talked to my man from Spotify. I won't say the name right now, but legit Spotify nigga. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what that person on your stream was talking about. Them Kendrick streams is real."
Drake even takes this claim further to suggest that Apple even got in on the action. UMG appears to have used similar tactics with other streaming services on information and belief that UMG paid or approved payments to Apple Inc. to have its voice-activated digital assistant Siri purposely misdirect users to not like.
Drake the type to tell Act to suck it on the phone with another bitch.
Us. Online sources reported that when users asked Siri to play the album Certified Lover Boy by recording artist Aubrey Drake Graham, aka Drake, Siri instead played Not Like Us, which contains the lyric Certified P***o, an allegation against Drake. Now, I did find videos of this happening online.
Play Certified Lover Boy on Spotify.
Ooh.
I see dead people. That's crazy.
But honestly, I would chalk this up to an algorithm mistake. The term Certified Lover Boy is said in Not Like Us, and so Siri took people to that song. You can do this right now with the Drake record. Like today I told Siri to play me Lean In Soda, and it pulled up his song Virginia Beach. And here is where Drake really starts to get into the trenches of being down bad, where he starts crying that Not Like Us was being played on the radio an unfair amount of times, and he even claims that UMG was putting Twitter pages on payroll to endorse the song and the video for Not Like Us. Specifically, he lists the Canadian dudes from the NFR podcast. As part of its deal with UMG, the NFR podcast published podcast episodes and other content publicly about the song, like they literally do for almost all major music releases, including all of Drake's. And in a sea change for UMG's internal policy, UMG removed the song's copyright restrictions on YouTube and Twitch, thereby whitelisting the song for the first time in UMG history, which further incentivized influencers to spread the song. This is also another lie, because people ended up getting hit with copyright notices and takedowns left and right for the Not Like Us song.
Even I got it. Even I got it, chat. We was able to cook a little bit with the Not Like Us reaction, but yeah, the copyrights is still on there. We all got it, gang. Like, let's be fucking for real here.
In a music video. And to me, even if all of this is true about paying off the Twitter pages and the podcast, it's like, okay, is a label that crazy for paying for promotion? Like, this is something that has happened since the dawn of entertainment. And then this lawsuit lists off the accomplishments and the accolades that this song has garnered, with its sheer numbers as it smashed a ton of Drake's previously held records. And this is where things get extra messy because Interscope gets directly involved.
You already know,
schemes
Universal
to
Music-
artificially inflate the
UMG want their money.
popularity of Not Like Us were motivated, at least in part, by the desire of executives at Interscope to maximize their profits. UMG executives have an annual incentive program pursuant to which they are rewarded for meeting and surpassing sales and profit projections, among other metrics. The incentives are largely based on the specific UMG division, rather than the performance of UMG more generally. For example, the annual incentive or bonus of Interscope CEO John Janik is based 90% on the financial success of Interscope and only 10% of the financial success of UMG generally, thus on information and belief that Mr. Janik and other executives at Interscope have been incentivized to maximize the financial success of Interscope through the promotion of Not Like Us and its revitalizing impact on the artist's prior recording catalog, including his first 5 studio albums, which are owned by Interscope. Well, it's like, duh, if one of my big legacy act artists catches the hottest record of the year, of course we're gonna push it. And the thing is, it's not like Kendrick's other albums have not maintained their place on the charts. I'm pretty sure that Good Kid, Mad City...
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. What we're not about to do, like, even though people try to shit on, like, the Mr. Morale, I still like it. All of his albums eat. Like, let's y'all, Squabble Up and Sticky are my favorite songs right now. Of course it is, Summer. Like, let's not play too much when it comes down to this. Like, I've been a Kendrick fan since 2011. That's what it is that I've heard about him. Like, you know, bitch don't kill my vibe. Bitch don't kill my vibe. That shit was on, like, especially what it is, like, I was driving home from, like, school and stuff like that. That shit used to be overplayed. It used to be overplayed every hour. And especially, what's the other song it is, is it Thrift Shop? Is that Thrift Shop? Like, I'm gonna cop some cash. Got $30 in my pocket. That, oh my God, was that song overplayed? I fucking hate that song. I hate that song. Oh my God. Oh yeah, Swimming Pools is another one. Like, let's stop. Let's not play around with Kendrick Lamar's catalog. let's not do that as if like he has not been spitting this entire time. I'll replay the album right now for real. Right, like let's cut this out. Kendrick has definitely been doing his thing since.
Like Kendrick's other albums have not maintained their place on the charts. I'm pretty sure that Good Kid, Mad City has like the longest run on the charts of any rap album of all time. And the other thing is that this is something that Drake himself has likely benefited from time and time again. And Drake has apparently been seeking damages over Not Like Us and has been in contact with UMG trying to work something out. UMG allegedly refused to engage in negotiations. Instead, UMG has pointed the finger at Mr. Duckworth, insisting that Drake should initiate legal action against Mr. Duckworth rather than themselves, and even threatened to bring its own legal claims against Mr. Duckworth if Drake wants to pursue claims against UMG. Mr. Duckworth, for those of you who are unaware, is Kendrick, so basically since Drake is going through with this lawsuit, UMG might be investigating Kendrick themselves. Which is ultimately what I think Drake wants, is to try and kill these two birds with one stone. Streaming and licensing is a zero-sum game. Every time a song breaks through, it means that another artist does not. UMG's choice to saturate the music market with Not Like Us comes at the expense of its other artist, like Drake. As Drake is the petitioner's sole owner, which is the LLC I was talking about earlier, and the petitioner owns the copyright to Drake's entire catalog, petitioner suffered economic harm as a result of UMG's scheme. I don't know, I just think it's such a pussy move for Drake to do this, because even if he is telling the truth about everything going on in the background, these are also things that he has been the beneficiary of for decades. There's no...
Thank you. I mean, come on now. Come on. XXX literally said, if Kendrick ain't in your top 5, then you... Hey, thank you. Let's not act like it is Drake. Drake has not done the same level of getting something benefited or pushing at this point. Like, Spotify does have a whole like listing of different songs that you can listen to, and you know how many fucking songs from Drake is in a fucking like playlist like this on Spotify? Like, let's not play around when it comes down to that. Let's actually let me actually look at my Spotify real quick. Let me look at my Spotify really fast before, you know, I make any other statements. Oh, look. Will you look at that, chat? Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Number 1, Drake. Please stop playing with my emotions. Please stop playing with my emotions at this point. Drake is made for me right here. Like, come on. Like, let's not do this. Let's not act like it is that Drake doesn't get some level of push with his stuff. He normally does. And may I add, it is like, I don't even listen to Drake like that, you know? especially within recent timing. So let's not, and especially a cool summer vibe. Summertime come about, shit. Who they playing? Are you a Drake fan? I used to be. I used to be. At this point, it's almost becoming cringy. It's almost becoming cringy to be like this. I'm sorry. And like you, like I gotta add on to the list of people he beef with: ASAP Rocky, Rihanna, like XXX, like it's getting nasty at this point. It is very cringy that you're here beefing with all of these amount of people at this point. I don't know who you gonna do collabs with on your next album, but now this is raising a huge thing for music moving forward. Because if Drake, let's say, for example, it is Serena Williams is another one, her husband, yep. Let's just say, for example, it is that Drake wins this lawsuit, right? Now this gets to a point to how rappers are gonna go ahead and move forward with when it comes down to rapping and rap beefs. Now, this whole YSL case with Young Thug, people had said it is that that's not fair that you're using lyrics into the courtroom to go against the thug. Now you're trying to go ahead and use lyrics, say this is defamation of character of said artist. Now, if he wins this, then it'll be a huge different level of protection moving forward when it comes down to artists. However, if Drake loses, this lawsuit, not only it is you're going to be out of millions and millions of dollars, but this may be an end of his career. It may be an end of his career at this point. I feel bad for those artists who live that lifestyle. There's people it is who live it, and then there's people it is that don't. You said if, you mean when? I can't say anything just yet until it is like we know for sure, because I don't know officially. You know what I mean? So yeah, I found the tweet. People were mad that lawyers was trying to use Young Thug's lyrics in court because what type of precedent could that set for the culture? Now we got a rapper suing over lyrics. This isn't a rap beef anymore. This is a slippery slope for the culture. This is literally Drake versus hip hop at this point. He's made millions saying whatever he wanted in his music, dissing men and women and their families, but now it's a problem. He's never beating the vulture. He's never beaten the vulture allegations now. I was on your side, gang, but tell me they lying on you. He got a point. He got a point. This is we're past this point of we're past this point of just Kendrick versus Drake. We clearly know who the winner is at this point. Now this is gonna be and I believe Nicki Minaj did the same thing actually. Nicki Minaj, at one point, I saw the tweet earlier. Let me find it. She did tweet something like this. Trying to find it. Spotify puts Drake's face on every playlist, but told me they'd have to teach me a lesson for playing my music 10 minutes early on Queen Radio, even though they've been giving away my music for free for years, and I'm the one at the top of the Spotify playlist artist of all time. Even Nicki said it. Drake is put onto the face of a lot of playlists on Spotify. That's one thing it is that I could able to agree with her about, you know? What is Drake going to say when the lawyers ask him to explain why he's expecting you know? At this point, Drake versus Nicki, let's see who's the better rapper of Young Money. Sorry, a little messy for me. I mean, clearly it is like Nicki's pen, you know what I mean? It's serious. I would say it'd be Nicki, to be honest with you. She's always proven it is that her penmanship is, you know, it does what it's supposed to do. But the last thing it is that we need is two 40-year-olds acting like children. We don't need that.
Hope you remember when Spotify would ride Drake's tip and place him as the entire homepage for every single user on the platform? Was that not boosting his algorithm? I mean, they had to give refunds after that shit, it was so bad. It's just crazy that for decades they constantly
Damn! Thousands of Spotify customers demand refunds after they are spammed by promotions of Drake's new album despite paying. This is the pounds, 120 pounds per year for the ad-free version of the app. Well, well, shit. I was niggas that got the refund. You got a refund from. Oh shit.
They had to give refunds after that shit, it was so bad. It's just crazy that for decades they constantly promoted Drake like no other artist. He is the artist on the most viral playlist. He is shoved in our face constantly. But now that someone else is getting that same shine, it's like his ego can't take it. He's acting like the kid who goes home and cries to his mom and then they sue for assault after he gets his ass whooped, even though he was the one who was instigating the fight. He was begging Kendrick to drop, and now this fool is out.
I mean, you've made artificial, that bullshit artificial music with Tupac's voice trying to like embody his voice, embody how he raps and stuff like that. I said this when we reacted to this that I had a problem with it. You got Tupac's ring and everything like that. Like this nigga was taunting him the whole time. And then finally, when it is like, I bet, like you get on my nerves now. Like, you gonna do this? All right, I ain't no bitch. Now, all of a sudden, it's a problem. Miss me with
You're
that.
suing people because he lost. UMG responded to these claims, by the way, and they say, the suggestion that UMG would do anything to undermine any of its artists is offensive and untrue. We employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns. No amount of contrived and absurd legal arguments in this pre-action submission can mask the fact that fans choose the music they want to hear. And it's been rumored that Drake has been at war with UMG for years, and Kanye was even out here saying things like this.
Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucien and Universal.
Wow.
He's like, like, man, my daddy got it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my daddy controlled the spins. My daddy got the DSPs. My daddy, Drake has a rich baby daddy.
Now, obviously, Kendrick.
I know it is. Say what y'all want to say about Kanye West. It is that he's a little crazy. All right, cool. Say what y'all want to say. Crazy or not, he's still, are we going to say, is that a lie? Are we going to say is that a lie? Like, to say a rich baby daddy, like, that's a stretch, but do I believe it? Yeah, I do.
Kendrick recently dropped his surprise album GMX completely out of nowhere. Like, I'm talking about no promotion, no rollout, nothing. Just here you go, damn. And as a fan of Kendrick, I thought it was really good. It had some for sure hits with Squabble Up and Luther, and it was a cool 44-minute project. I really felt like this was kind of just an ode to California culture in general. But my initial thought is that Kendrick likely has more coming than this before the Super Bowl performance. The night it dropped, Drake would actually go on XQC's stream, acting extra salty, and this was his initial message to the world.
I'm Drake. This is XQC, real streaming legend. Me, I do music, in case you didn't know. I'm here, as you can see, fully intact. Mind, body, and soul, you need facts to take me out. Fairy tales won't do it.
As you guys can see,
Drake, I'm looking at you a little sideways because you're gonna, like, don't get me wrong, no disrespect to XQC. With all this mouth and energy it is that you had, how come it is you didn't go on Kai's stream? You didn't want to go to a black streamer it is that has gotten one of the first streamers to go ahead and get 500K subscribers. You didn't want to go ahead and, but XQC's the at some point it is like you gotta start, like, listen, you gotta start calling for what the whack shit it is that's going on, and this is whack. I'm sorry, this is whack. There's no disrespect to XQC at all, no disrespect, but you came to the stream all salty, as if like like all salty and everything, and talking about, so, oh, you need facts to go ahead and take me out, gang. Let's come on. He didn't mention Kai. Didn't he mention Kai? He did mention Kai. Yes, he did. Only kick those XQC. Nah, that's crazy. Isn't he on stake? Isn't he on stake now?
Drake cut off the braids and now appears to be balding from the stress of this battle. He would also break down every time XQC accidentally played artists he has a problem with, like The Weeknd or Future.
Is he really? Wow, is he really balding?
Switch this song off.
Wait, hold on. I didn't see this.
Like The Weeknd or Future.
You have to switch this song off. We're real 6.
You made him switch the song because The Weeknd was playing? Yo, the joke's right itself at this point.
There's a real 6s. The real 6 hat. We don't listen to that.
And overall, he
Why
still
don't
seems
we
to be
listen
the
to
same
that?
fragile guy we've always known since he was in a wheelchair on Degrassi. This is the most Karen, sore loser moment I've ever seen a rapper go through. I mean, he did all of this exact same shit to Meek Mill back in the day. Back to Back was all over the radio. It was being promoted by Spotify. It was playing at house parties and sport events. And now that the rabbit has the gun, well, Drake doesn't seem to like that very much. And he basically wants to take his ball home after getting skunked 21 to Zippo. I mean, I have to think that Drake does have stronger evidence than this DJ Academics live stream. For him to put that 30% number out there when it comes to the licensing agreement makes me think that he has to have some pretty bona fide information at his disposal. So we'll see how this plays out. Did Not Like Us definitely damage his career and his reputation? Absolutely. Did it cause him future financial harm? Yes. But that's what happens when you get your ass beat in a battle. I mean, look at what happened to Ja Rule after 50 Cent. I don't know, I want to know what you guys think about this entire situation down below. I also want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing, but as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other rap lawsuits out here need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace!
Lordy. Yeah, that rap beef between 50 and Ja Rule was hilarious. Oh my god. Oh my god. But Jamari, shout outs to you. Thank you so much for the video. Shout outs to y'all in the chat. Shout outs to you at home. And I'll catch y'all in the next video.